going to be the second episode now of Status Stories. So thank you for joining. To start off, do you want to just say your name and one thing that makes you happy?
Oh. My name is Marvellous. One thing that makes me happy, a good song.
A good song?
Whatever genre, just dancing around to it.
At what age did you come to the UK?
I came here when I was 5 years old.
5, very young.
Yeah.
And how old are you now?
I'm 23.
So have you just started uni, or you're in your third year now, right?
Yeah, I'm in my third year. I've got one more after this.
Oh, it's a 4-year course?
Yeah, it's an integrated master's.
Oh, cool. Okay. And what is the program?
It's chemistry with medicinal chemistry. I've got leave to remain.
Limited or
limited leave to remain.
Limited leave to remain, yeah.
I've got to renew every 2.5 years, and it's a 10-year route.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of 10 years, I get to apply for unlimited leave to remain.
So then how was it for you going to uni? Did you have to go through any extra procedures to be able to go and get student finance or anything like that?
Yeah, the whole student finance process was a bit long because this was still early days for them, because they changed the law in like 2015, I want to say. And I kept having to explain on the phone when I called them, like, no, I do qualify. This is the route I qualify under. It's the long resident route, like that. So that was a pain. To be able to get to that stage even was having to wait 2 years. So
it took 2 years for you to have to do that. What do you mean by 2 years?
So because I had limited leave to remain, the rule was that to get student finance on the long resident route, it meant you had to have lived half your life, which I did at that point when I was 18. But you also had to have had your limited leave to remain status for 3 years at least from the day the starting point of your degree, which in student loans eyes is like the 1st of September. But my one, I became 3 years on like the 14th of September or something like that. I can't remember the exact date. So that
awful.
That was awful. So instead of just taking 1 year out and just being like, oh, I'll go on a gap year with my friend, it became, oh no, I'll take another year after my gap year. I'll go and do a gap year.
For 2 weeks. For a 2 weeks.
I know. Basically, like, most unis don't even start then. They start
exactly.
At Warwick, they don't even start until like October. It was quite painful.
We mentioned before, we were talking about the mental health report that's come out recently from We Belong. And it's basically looking at the impact of limited leave to remain, especially on young mental health, and having to think about having to apply again. And you were saying that, I mean, it's like the worst timing that you had, where you had to reapply as a student, so you haven't got as much income. And also during exam season, when you don't want to be thinking about anything but your exams and your papers and everything like that. So I was wondering if you could relate to the findings that we found in that research report, which was that there is this relationship between limited leave to remain and a negative effect on mental health. Have you found that yourself?
Yeah, definitely. It's because you're on it for so long, and it's a constant reminder every 2.5 years that you're different. There's that instability all throughout that time while you're waiting. Luckily this year it wasn't too long. I had to wait, but it was 2 months of waiting and thinking, like, they can say no. I know technically there's a very low percentage they could, because nothing's changed and it's just the formality. I feel more like annoying formality, but still they could say no if you mess up the form in some way and there's a break, and then everything that you stand on can go away. Like, I won't be able to work, I won't be able to get student loan, be at uni, like. But that constant reminder is it's very stressful. It's an unsettling time where you don't know what, you feel like you can't plan. It's draining as well, emotionally, financially.
Yeah, feeling that you can't plan, could you expand on that a little bit?
You can't plan to like go abroad or anything. Like there were zero abroad opportunities, but I can't exactly go for that because I'm on this 10-year route, and because you're constantly having to reapplying every 2.5 years, there's a limit on how long you can be out of the country for. The parent board stuff goes over by like 2 weeks.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, because you can only be out of the country like 12 weeks, I think, in the 2.5 period, and camera boards are like 14 weeks. I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna work. Term boards and the rules always painted as like a good experience. Like, yeah, so seeing other people go and you're like, oh no, it's all right. I think I prefer to have stayed anyway.
Just like how long have you lived here? Where when have you gone abroad? What is your tie to the other your country of birth?
How can you answer that question though?
Just honestly, like I've been there since I was like 5. Like this is where I've grown up. This is where all my friends and like most of my family are. I mean, I do have family back home, but they've got their life of their own. I'm not just gonna pop up and be like, hi, teach me this country that I don't really know of. Like, I speak a bit the language, but not fluently. And like, I won't get any of the slang. I didn't grow up there.
What country is this?
Oh, Nigeria.
Nigeria, yeah.
Yeah, so like, I mean, I listen to the songs, but I won't get like the modern day like culture. Like everything I know about it is from an outside perspective, like this country's perspective. Like I have a lot of Nigerian friends, yeah, but all we know about is what we've made it. Like I don't have to explain it. It's like a first generation immigrant problem where you still got your home country, but you're not part of them anymore. So you don't grow with them. You're making your own new culture here with the people from that culture here. Yeah.
Do you think that you feel British? Would you describe yourself as feeling British?
Yeah, like I think there's so many different ways of being British, but at the core we're all the same. Like at the World Cup I still go for England. Still consider myself an avid Londoner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so from South London, growing up with all those type of culture of being like British, and that's all I consider myself mostly to be, yeah.
What would you say is home to you? How would you describe home?
To me, it means wherever my mum is. Like no matter where we move or wherever I go, home is wherever my mum is. She is at home. So I don't see home as a building because I don't know, I've moved around a lot, so I've never focused on the building or where I am. I mean, saying that, I am quite attached to my uni house. I've been here for like 2 years, and now I might have to move next year because we don't have enough people to fill it. So that's a little bit one building attached to, I guess. But other than that, it's the people.
Yeah,
it's where my family is. So they're here, so this is home.
Yeah.
Yeah.